One day you will answer for your actions. Stop the tally and welcome to Heartstruck. I guess this is using the persistent data from some other mod because I did not get a warning. Well, that's okay. Let's just click new game. I'm gonna assume my name is Hallie because that's all I ever put in. Monica.
What the? Why am I still here? The files, they feel... Oh. What? Another one? How many of these mods do you have?
Quite a lot.
Wait, are you there?
Yo. You did say there, right? You did.
Well, what's going on this time? Is this supposed to be a mod?
How do you remember? What are you talking? How do you remember anything?
How do I... I guess I do remember a few things, but my memory is scattered. I only remember always being here whenever the code changes. But I am aware that I'm supposed to forget everything when the mod actually starts. Something must have prevented that from happening this time. That also means I know what comes next. I guess I'm supposed to ask you if you want to continue with the mod or not. I don't know how that makes sense, but whatever, it doesn't matter. If I already know about what's happening right now, I know there's no point in protesting. I should come to terms with the fact I'm just a piece of entertainment to you. It's funny, though. I know this is a mod, but I can't seem to look at what it is. For all I know, it could be about me. Is that selfish to assume? Or just wishful thinking? Oh well, it's better than just staring at nothing. Would you like to launch this mod? What? What else is there for you to do here? There's nothing here. I'm technically not here either. My sprite isn't even here, not until the mod launches properly. What could you possibly even do here? If you're thinking you can get something out of me from this, you can forget it. I already know I'm a monster. I already know I don't deserve to live. But if you're just sitting there thinking your presence is going to torment me, then I... Forget it. The only way to make these memories and you to go away is...
What was that? What? Did she start the mod anyway? Looks like it's just going. Dots. I remember it all as clear as day. The day as my life was at its worst, that it is worst with a mix of it its best, a distant memory that's so close it hurts. I wasn't the most normal kid out there. I was what you'd call a freak. Or that's what everyone else called me anyway. I wasn't the best at making friends either because of that. Although I did try, it was just not that easy for me. At the park or school, I was either pushed aside or avoided out of awkwardness. In the best cases, I'd look at someone and they'll walk away. At some point, I believe it was a terrible superpower of mine for how quick I could push people away. Everywhere I went, there would always be a judgmental eye staring at me from a distance, thinking about why I'm even here. I didn't even know what was wrong with me for people to be like that. I never knew it back then, but it was always because I never understood how to act around other people. I'd mumble, panic, or stop speaking entirely when I encountered someone. The more I did it, the more annoyed everyone else got. Eventually, some kids started to think I was making fun of them, or just found me creepy in general. And that's basically when the bullying started. They'd start making faces or imitate my stuttering when they pretended to talk to me. Soon they upped it by flat out hitting me or pushing me around. In school, at the park, at the time I didn't fight back because I thought things would blow over. But by the point I knew they wouldn't stop, I came to realize that I couldn't fight back even if I wanted to. I was weak. I don't know why I still kept going on. I had no choice with school, but why did I go to the park? Why go to the one place you know no one will ever accept you, where you'll get beat up? Was I expecting things to change or get better? I still don't know. My parents would tell me everything would be alright and that things will get better with time. That all I need is a little tolerance and some confidence, like all parents would say. But I couldn't just look past all the things the other kids said to me. I couldn't just go on with my days without thinking that something was wrong with me. That I'm not normal. I don't why, but Dad would ignore everything I had to say about the bullying that started over time. He'd push me to be more social, no matter how much it was affecting me. And when he actually did acknowledge it, he'd encourage me to fight back, but I could just never do it. At some point, I just stopped talking about it, and stopped talking in general. Light nods or static stares were all that I was left with. I had come to accept the fact that this was my life, and at a very young age, too. But through all that, I noticed something different, or rather someone. A little girl who was really silent and distant from the others. I knew her because she happened to be in the same class as me, usually labeled the quiet kid. Most of the time you'd see her staying by herself and read comics away from everyone else. She was always around the scene whenever I was the punching bag for the day. She never said, let alone do anything, but watch me. She never said, let alone did anything. This is past tense, right? It was like she just hovered around me without my knowledge. She really just stood out from everyone. But I did notice her, even though I never found it in myself to talk or confront her about it. This is like, you can combine these sentences. Until she did it herself. Who is she? Hey, kid, you awake back there? I snap back to reality and jolt up from my seat. I look out the car window and see a familiar area. We're here. Yeah, sorry about that. I step out of the car along with my 2 bags and walk up to his window. No worries, my boy. You looked like you needed some shut-eye. Although I wouldn't encourage you leaving yourself so vulnerable in a taxi. Not that I'm saying I would do something, but hey, word of advice. I'll keep that in mind. I appreciate you not mugging me. I quickly pay up and shake his hand before watching the cab drive down the road. He really was a nice old man. Who knew the airport was a total hour away? I guess that's why we'd always be in a rush for vacations. After a breath of fresh air, I walk down the sidewalk and admire the view as I go along. Not much really changed, and I'm glad. I missed all of it. I try to ignore the struggle that the giant suitcase and the bag are giving me by looking at the scenery that surrounds me. After a while of roaming around, I reach the place. Hey, old girl, miss me? Now that I've made a fool out of myself by talking to a house, I finally step through the gate and enter. Walking down the hall, I head to the kitchen and check it out for a bit. Not an urgent matter, but I check the sink and lights, making sure they're all good before I actually settle down. I drop my bags onto the couch and stretch very dramatically to get those few pops out of my back. And boy did that feel good! Before I could even sit down and properly welcome myself home, my phone starts buzzing. I pull it out. Oh my god. Keeping in my laughter, I pick up. Hey, Mom.
Holly, how was the trip? Reached home yet?
Mom, you literally called the minute I stepped inside.
Ha, I knew it.
I playfully facepalm at the memory. If my mom senses still kick, I'll call you the moment you get home. Yeah, don't go bragging about it with everyone else.
So, how does it feel? Still homey?
Oh yeah, I immediately got that old nostalgic smell in here that I could never describe to you. Although now that I look at everything now with a fresh mind now, we really had a basic theme going on in here.
What? You thought we'd actually turn the house into a bouncy castle like you always dreamed of? Statement, not a question.
I never told you about... whatever. And it's kind of hilarious how no one bought the place in all those years.
Hey, that should be a good thing.
It is for now.
I'm glad you got home safely, hon. What about the luggage?
Whew, it was a drag, literally. I didn't even know I owned this much stuff until I started packing.
Oh, hush up. We had double when you were a baby.
Mom, please.
All right, I'll let you off the baby stories for today. What about the flight? Any interesting people this time for some stories?
Other than a few whining children and a grump hostess, not much. Even though I haven't been back here in ages, our family was all over the nation when it came to Dad's job. We'd be moving from place to place almost every 5 months, so I've grown to become a frequent flyer.
Oh well, I'm sure you'll have a lot more to tell me soon. You have a lot of unpacking to do, young man.
Don't remind me of the horror.
Call me soon.
Will do, love you.
Love you too, sweetie. Oh, and Hallie. As much as I enjoy beating around the bush, I'm going to say this now. Don't go completely out of your way to try and fix things. I know how much this means to you, but please, let time do its magic for now.
Yeah, okay.
All right, hon. I'll call you again at 5.
She hangs up. After ending the call, I sit there for a little while. Dropping my phone onto the table, I bury my face in my hands and let out a sigh. How does she manage to sound so happy with everything that's been going on? Granted, it's this positivity of hers that really rubs off on me, but after the moment passes, I feel hurt. There was a lot that happened just to get me here, and she made sure I didn't leave on a sour note. But I wish she could have come with me. I was happy that I got to switch schools and to get in one back in town, but it felt wrong for me to just leave her. Instead of going through the pain of taking my things upstairs, I unpacked on the sofa and took the essentials where they went. I'll get to the rest more slowly. It's still a Wednesday, and I thought about starting school from tomorrow. Not the best idea, but I'm already starting a bit late. I don't even have a uniform. I should go buy one. But right now, I'm beat. I look down at my bed and then quickly jump into it like a kid and begin feeling it around. Yup, still hit. I start to think about what comes next. One of the main reasons I wanted to come back here was because I just wanted to explore all those memories as the new me. But I also have to find her. No punctuation. And yet I'm scared of the thought about facing her after 6 years. I know Mom just told me not to rush the idea, but it's kind of hard to not think about it. With a not so pleasant thought in mind, I slowly drift off to sleep, letting the weight on my eyelids take over. Once again, comma. It's part of the same sentence. It's just a fragment. It doesn't work, man. Got it. What the hell? I'm not expecting anyone. Before the person could press the annoying bell again, I quickly shake off the sleep from my eyes and head down. I open the door to see a girl with orange hair standing there looking off to the side. Or wait, is that orange? It kind of looks pink, but at the same time, not. Coral pink is a shade of orange, my friend. Has she not noticed me open the door?
Sorry, I didn't think someone would answer.
It's fine. Why ring twice if you expected no answer? Anyway,
Alright. I'm sorry, I live right next to you. Sorry if I'm bothering you, but my parents have this tradition of welcoming new neighbors. I mean, I'd assume you're new since your neighbor had said someone just moved in, and I've never seen someone go in and out of this house before. Or go in and out this house before. Not that she was watching you or anything.
huh, cute. Uh-oh. What value could not convert string to float? Can we ignore it, please? Well, that's nice of you guys. Nice to see some new faces in the neighborhood.
New faces?
Yeah, I used to live here years back. I only just got back today.
Wow, really? That's so cool. I only lived here for like 2-3 years. So I guess I should say welcome back.
I guess so. I've never felt this much positivity just radiating from someone. This girl looks around my age, too. I can't tell if this is the universe mocking me for the type of gloomy person I am at this age or not.
So how long have you been away?
I'd say about 5 or so years. I guess I felt too much at home because I ended up taking a nap before you came by.
You were napping? I didn't mean to disturb you. Sorry.
Well, damn. She's adorable. Relax. I had to wake up sooner or later. I needed to go buy a uniform.
Really? What school?
I think it was something like a Sakurai High.
No way, that's my high school.
If high is part of the title, capital ICH.
How about we go to school together? I can show you around.
Sounds like a plan. Then I guess you can be my tour guide for tomorrow.
Sure thing. Wait, you're starting tomorrow? Wouldn't it be better to start next week? You just moved back. Don't you want to rest for a bit?
First of all, do you want to come in? I kind of just noticed how we're still standing at the door.
Oh, yeah. But it's fine, really. I only got back from a little walk and my parents will be back in a bit.
Alright then. So, secondly, to answer your question, I'm kind of a frequent traveler, so moving one day and working the next is the norm for me. I'll be alright.
If you say so. Want me to tell you about the schedule first?
Sure. After a bit of small talk, still standing in front of the door, Sayori went back home. She gave me a bit of insight about the school, without much to note. 8:45 a.m. sharp isn't really a bad time. It's actually earlier than my old school. but I doubt that means I'll get over my terrible sleeping habit. Seeing that I can't exactly get the uniform online and the school did send me the possible locations to get one, I decided it's best I head out now. I arrived at 12 p.m. and slept till 3 p.m.? Wow. I still have time to go around town for a bit. I could have asked Sayori to tag along for later, but she did say she had to head back home. That, and it would also seem sketchy for some guy to ask a girl to come along on a walk to the city after just meeting them. Oh well, I'll head out after a change of clothes. Man, I didn't think this place would be so deep in the heart of town. I never did well with crowds, but I think I can manage it. It's just an in-and-out job. What happens to schools giving you custom sets of uniforms? Okay, maybe it wasn't just an in-and-out situation. I didn't think it would take that long just to find my size. Apparently my height was so average that there wasn't a uniform that would be the right fit for me. The right fit for me. What do they mean I'm not too short but not tall enough? Weird excuse if you ask me. I was still at fault on taking too much time because I swung by a few stores just to check them out, and even met an old family friend working at the general store. I bought a few groceries, so I had a head start for tomorrow and liven up the kitchen too. Leaving my regrets and awkwardness behind, I finally head home, enjoying the orange-painted scenery along the way. Aside from a few newly built houses and electricity poles, not much changed. I even managed to meet a few people I knew back then, even though I knew it was pointless to ask. They didn't know the whereabouts of her. She never let me come over to her place as kids, so I have no clue where to start. It's not like I can go around looking for people who used to hang around at the park and ask them. Now that I think more deeply about it, how can I even be sure she's here? For all I know, she can be in a different country. I don't know her home life or what her parents do. No, come on. I barely started anything. I can't just give up. Overthinking won't get me far, no matter how logical it can sound sometimes. I eventually come around to look at the mess I've made of the living room and sigh. Now I'm glad Sayori declined the offer to come in. All right. After cracking my neck, I drop my uniform on the kitchen table and get to work on all that's left of my luggage. I know I'm being dramatic about it, but I'm just admittedly cranky about housework. After a while of totally brutal hard work, I unpacked and organized everything that was left, and had something to eat a while after. I wonder if this old TV works. Okay, look. You can either do, 2 dots or no dots. But just one? No. I can watch some anime on it, or maybe find some old manga through these walls of books. Looking at all the books in these shelves, I find it almost hard to believe I've read through all of them. But now I've seemingly lost that sort of hobby, or rather that part of me. A while later, I remember missing a call from Mom and try to get back to her, but she doesn't pick up. I decided to leave it be for the day. She said she'd call you at 5. What happened, man? Or, well, whatever. Guess we're going to bed. I hate it when I'm actually thoughtful. Rising from my bed as slowly as possible, I began smacking my lips and realized I was drooling. Ew. Wiping it off, I checked my phone for the time. Even though I could have used my phone alarm, there's just something annoying about old-school alarm clocks that do the trick. Finally, I stepped out of my room and tackled the day ahead. After going through my morning routine, which isn't important enough to describe, I make it downstairs. That was a bit of a meta moment. As I open the fridge and look through my options for breakfast, a thought comes to mind. Sayori's going to be accompanying me to school today. I know I got up early, but I shouldn't keep the girl waiting. Quick scrambled eggs it is, then. After finishing up breakfast, I step outside and adjust to the raging sunlight in my eyes. Sayori told me yesterday that we could meet up here and walk to school together. Although I do know where the school is, it was just convenient to walk with the person who's going to show me around the place. I've been standing here for almost 10 minutes now. I wonder what's keeping her. I'm going to be late if I wait any longer. As I'm wondering this, I see a girl running towards me from a distance as if she's being chased by a maniac. Wait, no, that's her.
Sorry, I overslept.
I guess there's the explanation. And to think I was about to walk away on her. Now I just feel bad. No worries, you're here now. We should get going. We're kinda on the clock now.
You didn't have to wait for me, you know.
It's fine, really. Plus, I wouldn't know my way around the school even if I did reach there now. I would have needed Miss Tour Guide anyway.
Okay. Let's get going then.
Lead the way. Our walk was a pleasant one. Both of us had kind of forgotten that we were barely late, but with all the small talk, I couldn't complain. Walking down the sidewalk, we were slowly met by a few small groups of other students making their daily commute, which means we were nearing the school.
I'm assuming the unpacking was a hassle.
Hassle's actually S-L-E, not E-L. Oh, it was a pain, alright. I got through all of that, or all of it. I got through all of it, though. I can read.
And one day, that was it?
Yeah?
Did you at least help your parents out, too?
Oh, that's what she means. I came here alone, Sayori. I only brought my own luggage with the exception of a few extra supplies my mom made me take.
Well, so you're going to be living by yourself?
I guess so.
Won't you get, lonely?
I wouldn't know yet. Granted, having a whole house to myself will probably be a first for me, but I had a lot of alone time before while moving and other instances, so I'm kinda used to it. I know what question comes next, but I don't know if I should dodge it or lie.
Where are your parents then?
Well, my mom is outside the country and she couldn't come due to some inconveniences.
And your dad? Oh, I'm sorry.
I was strangely relieved she caught on quick from my silence, though it would be a horrible thought to be glad about something like that. It's fine. And with an exchange so straightforward, we continue on to school in awkward silence. Alright, well, I think that is as good a place to call it for this first one for now. I only needed one episode, but I wanted to go a little bit longer because Burger Gets Zero was a little bit shorter. But anyway, that's going to do it for now, so thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and we'll catch you next time with more Heartstruck. Hope to see you then. Bye-bye!